Hey, welcome. So today we're going to talk about something we all use literally every single day, but probably don't think about nearly enough: water. We are going on an incredible hidden journey to trace where it comes from the planet, through these massive, massive systems, and right into your home. All right, let's get into it. I mean, it seems so simple, doesn't it? You just turn on the tap, and boom, there it is. But the story behind that single glass of water, well, it's this huge, globe-spanning saga. It's a tale of nature's awesome power and some pretty incredible human engineering.
Right, your day literally begins with water. It wakes you up, gets you ready to go. It's our most personal, most direct connection to this amazing resource, day in and day out. But of course, it doesn't just stop at the bathroom sink. Just think about what you had for breakfast. The wheat that became your toast, the coffee beans, the feed for the cows that gave you milk, all of it needed just enormous amounts of water to grow and get to your plate. And it goes even deeper than that. The cotton for the t-shirt you're wearing, the dyes that give it its color, the whole manufacturing process, all of it is incredibly water intensive. Water is, quite literally, woven into the fabric of our lives. Okay, so let's zoom back in. Let's bring it back to where we feel that connection most directly, our own homes. How much do we actually use, and where does it all go? I think the numbers are probably going to surprise you. Okay, so check this out. What's fascinating here is the breakdown. The single biggest user of water inside our homes isn't the shower, it's the toilet, a whopping 24%. Showers and tabs are right behind. But look at that number for leaks, 13%. That means for every 10 liters of water piped into our homes, more than one of them is just gone, wasted before we even get a chance to use it. It's a huge amount of water just disappearing into thin air. So, what does that all add up to? Well, on average, a single adult uses about 150 liters of high-quality treated water every single day. That's our personal starting point on this incredible journey. But, our personal use at home, it's really just a tiny drop in a very, very big bucket. To really get the full picture of water's journey, we've got to zoom out and see the absolutely massive role it plays across our entire society. You see, water is kind of the silent workhorse of our world. It's essential for growing the food on our farms. It's used to cool the heavy machinery in our factories. It's needed to process minerals from the earth. And yep, it's even used to generate the electricity that's powering your screen right now. Our entire modern world, it turns out, runs on water. And that, right there, is the big question. With this absolutely massive demand coming from our homes, our farms, our industries, where does all of this life-giving water actually, come from? And here's where we hit the core of the challenge. When you look at all the water on planet Earth, a staggering 97% of it is salt water in the oceans. It's completely unusable for drinking, for farming, for most of the things we need it for. So just let that sink in for a second. Everything we've just talked about, every shower, every meal, every t-shirt, every bit of electricity, all of it has to come from that tiny, precious 3% slice of fresh water. That is all we've got to work with. So if we're constantly using this tiny fraction of water, you got to wonder, why don't we run out? Well, the answer is that our planet has this incredible built-in recycling program that's been running for, just a few billion years. It's called the water cycle. It's this constant, beautiful dance where water moves from the oceans and the land up into the atmosphere and then back down again. It's the planet's engine for making new fresh water, and the best part? It's powered entirely by the sun. So let's break that down real quick. First, you have evaporation. The sun's energy heats up water, turning it into vapor that rises. Then, as that vapor gets higher and cooler, you get condensation. It turns back into tiny water droplets and forms clouds. When those clouds get heavy enough, we get precipitation. Rain, snow, you name it. And finally, all that water collects in rivers and lakes, eventually making its way back to the sea, where the whole amazing cycle starts all over again. Now, the water cycle is amazing, it gives us fresh water, but it doesn't exactly deliver it neatly to our front door. And that's where we come in. That's where human ingenuity takes over. We have built some incredible structures to capture, to store, and to distribute this precious resource. And to see this in action, we're going to look at a fantastic example, the Gariep Dam in South Africa. Now, this thing is not just a wall holding back water. It is a massive, critical piece of infrastructure. It's a lifeline that supports millions of people and huge parts of an entire country's economy.
I mean, just look at its job description. It's the country's biggest dam, so it's supplying water to major cities, it's irrigating these vast farmlands, it's generating clean electricity, and get this, it even has an 80-kilometer-long tunnel to send water to other river systems that are running low. It's just a perfect example of how we can work with nature's cycle to meet our needs on a massive scale. So, we've gone from your tap all the way out to the planet's water budget, we've followed the natural water cycle, and we've looked at these massive engineering projects. So now, let's bring this incredible journey full circle, right back to you. You know, this quote really gets to the heart of it all. Despite all our amazing technology, all our incredible engineering, we can't actually make new water. We are fundamentally, completely dependent on the natural systems that provide it. We're partners with the planet, not its masters. So, the next time you turn on the cap, maybe you'll just take a second to think about that long, incredible journey from a sunbeam hitting the ocean to a raindrop on a faraway mountain, through a massive dam, and all the way through a network of pipes, finally, into your glass. Knowing all that, it really makes you think, doesn't it? How will you use your next 150 liters?